Hi, I'm Brian Sauter, Certified Financial Planner with Pure Financial Advisors, and this is your Question of the Week. So today what I want to talk about is municipal bonds and potentially who they make sense for as an investor. So today what I want to use is the example of a California municipal bond. Now a municipal bond, if you look at just the definition, it's just a bond that's issued by either a municipality or the state itself. So they do have special tax treatment. So in our example, if we're looking at the California municipal bond, if you live in California, they're actually both federally and state tax free. So you don't have to pay either federal tax or state tax on that interest or dividend from the bond itself. Now if you live outside of California, then you do actually have to pay the state tax, but it will be federally tax free. Now when you're considering buying municipal bonds in your portfolio, you always want to look at something that's called a tax equivalent yield. So in our example, I want to walk you through a taxable bond paying 4% versus a municipal bond paying 3%. So if you look at the equation that I wrote down here, you take the municipal bond yield and then you divide that by 1 minus your overall effective tax rate. So in this example, we have somebody in a 35% effective tax rate between both federal and state, and then also someone in a 19% effective tax rate between both federal and state. So in these examples, if you take that same overall municipal bond, plug it into the formula, you'll see with the person in the 35% tax bracket, they actually are getting an overall tax equivalent yield of 4.62% versus the 3.7% tax equivalent yield for somebody in the 19% tax bracket. So what that means is for this person, that municipal bond actually puts more money in their pocket, where the person in the lower tax bracket buying the taxable bond actually puts more money in your pocket. So you always want to look at really what's the tax equivalent yield of these bonds and how do we put the most money into my pocket. So that's really the overall analysis that you want to do when you're making the decision on which bonds potentially make the most sense for your portfolio. I'm Brian Sauter and this has been your Question of the Week.